Hi guys! December's antique papery design team project. Wow, I've been meaning to film this for ages and I just never got round to it, but here I am. It seems really strange doing a craft video after spending all this time doing Vlogmas videos. But yeah, so I've just grabbed a few. To be honest guys, I have no idea which kits I've used because I had a load already printed out. Here, I'm assuming it's these actually. But yeah, I already have a load printed out and I just grabbed some. So, I will check and I will link below. But yes, so I've used a few different ones, I think. I'll check. And this month I've kept everything basic, really. I've just kept it really simple. I've been making ephemera, literally, that's it, just ephemera. But yes, so this was just printed out onto normal printed paper, and then folded and corners rounded to make the envelope shape. Then I sewed around it on the sewing machine with orange thread because that's what I had in at the time, and then all I did was used one of my decorative punches here along the edge. I used this one, which I actually got for Christmas last year off my mum. But yeah, so I just used that along that edge to just make it fancy there. But that's it, just paper. Again, I made another one, just paper. I'm sure this is the butterfly kit. Yep, I went a bit wonky with the stitching because I hadn't used the sewing machine properly for a few days. So then of course I went round it and then intentionally did messy stitching to make it less obvious. I also then went around the images on the paper and cut them out, fussy cut them out. So now I have some awesome butterfly images that I can use as ephemera. They're so cool. These were on the papers. Again, they're just printed onto normal printer paper, and then like I said, I cut them out. This one I backed on some craft cardstock because I was going to use it as an envelope closure, and I may still do that. You know, it needed to be a bit sturdy. I may still do that, I may not. But yeah, so I just, like I said, back that on card. But literally these butterflies here, I just fussy cut around them, and then I now have some cool fussy cut butterfly ephemera. But yeah, so 2 envelopes, a 3rd envelope. Again, I'm sure this is the butterfly kit. I love that rose. Beautiful, beautiful images. Unfortunately, you've got to decide which way you want the front and back, because when you're making an envelope out of a full sheet, part of it's going to be upside down because that's the part you fold up. Again, some intentional messy stitching because me and the sewing machine was having an off day that day. I remember that. But yeah. So another envelope, and then with some of the extras, I just literally glued the paper onto, it was printed on normal printer paper, I glued it onto some craft cardstock, and this is fairly thick cardstock. But yes, I just glued it on, and then I just cut around it basically and turned them into bookmarks. There's a smaller one. Oh, that one I doubled. I wrapped it around, I think. Have I wrapped it around? Yeah, it's one piece that I've glued and then wrapped over and then sewn around it. Again, intentional messy stitching to hide my rubbish stitching. Yep, again, just on plain card, craft card, which is good because you can write on the back. Same with this one. Excuse me, this one I did a zigzag stitch around it. Did the gale trick in the corners. Yep, craft cardstock on the back. Same with this. This one actually goes that way. But, you know, it doesn't really matter which way you have it. And then, look, even just some tiny little pieces left over, you can make anything out of nothing, basically. Went round it with a zigzag stitch. But yes, so I believe, is this one piece? It's upside down. I believe this is the same piece, it's just from a different section. But yeah. So that's what I did with those. And it just makes the world of difference with a bit of stitching around it. Simple as, but like I said, with a bit of stitching around, carefully placed where you cut, and a bit of simple stitching around it, it makes the world of difference. And it's still usable, which is awesome. But yes, so them are the ones that I did sew around. Oh, can't get that on, there's too much. And these are bits that I had left over after doing all of this, and these are on, they've all been glued. See, these are literally, look, literally scraps of paper, just literal scrap pieces, look. And I've glued them all to ivory cardstock. Oops. And again, just a little scrap piece that I've glued on there that would make a nice bookmark if you just leave it as it is, or sew around it. Sewn around would be nice, it would look like them. And then these are just, like I said, scrap pieces that I've glued onto this card, and I'm going to show you how to just make some quick, simple ephemera out of them. So don't throw your scraps away, guys, because they can be used for all sorts of stuff. So just chop them down a little bit. They're well and truly stuck now. They've been glued on here for about 3 or 4 weeks. But I'm just going to cut them down a little bit because I'm going to put some of them through my mini die cutter. And I know not everybody's going to have a die cutter, but you don't really need one, because I'm also going to show you how to make ephemera with little punches. I was going to use my big Sizzix machine, die cutting machine, my big shop machine, but it's literally at the back end of the room, and there are tons and tons of stuff piled up on it right now. So I've got my little mini one out that I got from the Aldi last year. That is actually still to date still to this day on YouTube my highest viewed video. It was a bit of a last minute review actually. I'd just been to Aldi to get some craft stuff and picked that up, and I just did a quick review at the end, and it's already, well, say already, within a few weeks it had thousands of views on it. Well, not thousands, but like hundreds of views on it. And then, you know, to date, right up literally to now, it is my highest, most viewed video, and it's like last time I looked, I haven't looked for ages, last time I looked, it's like 1.6 thousand views on it. Like, wow, if only all my videos got that much. Excuse me. This cold is lingering. Right, I'm going to stop now because I'm pretty sure you don't want to watch me cutting. Actually, I'll pause and I'll come back because I need them all cut. Okay, I've chopped them all down to size now. But yeah, there are some smaller ones and some bigger ones. And I'm really, really, really pleased because I didn't think that this... I love this. This is the Tim Holtz Pocket one. I didn't think this would be big, small enough to go through this small die cut, but it does. Awesome. So yes, which is why I kept them two quite big, because I wanted to use this to make pockets out of these two. So that is awesome. We'll get to that in a minute though. Put it back in there. But yes, so I have a few different dies. I've got this one, which I actually haven't used yet, so that would be interesting. I have some ribbon banners and some tags. And then I also have a tag punch, which would be interesting to use. Won't quite go in. Actually, it will go in there. Yeah, so some of these longer ones will go in. I'd have to cut them down a bit more. But yeah, anyway, so I have them. I also have the We Are Memory Keepers tab punch, but it's only the half size. Excuse me. And then we have, or I have, the full tab punch, which is 3-inch, which is massive. So we'll go use that as well. And then I have this little label punch. Well, I say little, it's 3-inch label punch, and that's the full one. So I'm going to use that too. Yes, I do have others. I've got other dies and stuff like that. And I've got little doilies. I've got like a, I don't know, like a brick wall one. You know, I've got quite a few here. I've got this like movie scene thing. I have leaves. I have, what are them? Flowers, I assume. Like little buckles. I have a brick wall one. I have a scroll one and a feather. I have a beautiful cross, and I have a gorgeous dream catcher. But we're not going to use them. Also in this bag here, I have some, I have like a really fancy pocket style one. Hearts. That's pretty. It's got 2 swans in it. Bigger heart. Another one. Beautiful butterfly. I've got to have butterflies. And another heart. But I'm not going to use them. But yeah, so, you know, because the scrap pieces, just everything is endless. The possibilities are endless. But whilst everybody is making big fluffy journals and stuff like that, I figured, you know what, I'm just going to do something really simple for now. And yeah, I'm just going to do something really simple for now, and I'm just going to make some ephemera because people forget about that sometimes. Now, you'll have to bear with me a second, guys. Back again. Yes, I will confess I have actually had to just go and watch my own video to remember which plates to use. Oh dear me. But yeah, anyway, so this I got from Aldi. Oh, it's awesome. It is so easy to use, and of course you can put it that way or that way depending how you want to crank the handle. I'm going to use mine that way. So we're going to use the B plate, and I think it's going to be a bit of a squish. It's going to be a bit of a squish, but I think I'm going to put that on. Let's try this. I've not used this one yet. Cut this down to size a little bit more. But yeah, like I said, I've not used this one yet, so now's the time. Let's see what we can do with it. So, B-plate down first, paper down, die cut face down on the paper. Let's do it that way. A-plate over the top, and this is where everything moves, because I can never keep it still. Get it in. Excuse the noise it's going to make. Or it didn't, apart from that one crack, it didn't. Okay. And let's Lukey see what we've got. Come off, come off, come off. I should be using my pad and thingy for this. 1 second. There they are. Should be using these for this. So well, that still didn't work very well, did it? Come out. Thank you. Well. Oh, it's not wanting to come out, so let's... Yeah, I can deal with that later. But in the meantime, let's pop these little bits out. Wow, look at this, guys. Look at that. How pretty is that? Wow. I've never used that before. That is so cool. I just realised I've no bin. Anyhow. I'm very organised today. Not. Let's just put that to one side. I've no bin to put it in. I've scrape it in or anything. Duh. These tweezers are weird. I have never had any that have been closed and you push to open them. It's usually the other... Strange. They're usually the other way around. They're usually closed and you push to open. Like, they're usually open and you push to close them. Anyhow. Right, so that is that one. And that is just so pretty. Wow. That's going to look gorgeous on a page in a journal, isn't it? Right, so what else can we do? I'm going to use this Tim Holtz one. I died to see what this one's going to look like. So... oh, it's only just going to fit as well, innit? Ooh. let's see, where do we want it? Let's position it here where that flower is. Where are my scissors? There they are. And let's cut around it. That over the top. Let's pop it through. Oh, come on. Wow, and I've just realised I've just blooming done it upside down. Idiot. Well, that wasn't clever, were it? Should pay more attention. But yeah, because the pocket goes that way up, and I've done it that way, a pattern that way up, but never mind. How cool is that, guys? So pretty. So pretty. And then you get these cool little strips left over as well from this one. Cool. So where's the other one that I was going to do with this? Wasn't that one, was it? Where was it? Put them to one side. Here in it. And this one isn't going to matter much because yeah, it's not going to matter much because it's upside down anyway. And it goes that way. That was at the bottom. Honestly. Okay, so let's chop around it where we want the pattern to be. Can't you tell I haven't used my die cuts for ages? I've forgotten how to do them. See? Don't throw them away. That little piece, don't throw it away. I'm going to use it shortly. Okay, so when it's done, the pocket's going to be that way. Or do I want that red bit at the bottom? I think actually I want that red bit at the bottom. I think that's going to look pretty. Yeah, because if not, yeah, let's make a feature of that red bit. So let's put that like that on the B plates with the A plate over the top. Preferably keeping it straight. I'm really glad that this goes through this little one because it's not always convenient for me to get the big one out, the big Sizzix out. But this is handy because it just fits really nicely there on the desk. Oh my gosh, look at this, guys. Oh wow, that is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. So the idea is then you glue down that side along the bottom and up there, stick it into a journal, and then you use these as little bits to tuck things, little pockets to tuck things into. How awesome is that? And then you get these little strips as well, which I'm sure we can, I'll just throw them on there for now, but I'm sure we can find a use for them later. But yes, how cool is that, guys? And that is just the kit printed out and glued onto ivory cardstock. It's not even really cardstock, it's more like presentation paper. Right, so I told you to keep hold of this, didn't I, because we're going to use it, and indeed we are. So let's put these to one side for a second. Let's get rid of them and let's get out the punches. Here we go with the tab punch. So if anybody's got a We Are Memory Keepers tab punch, this one. There you go. Make your mind up which way you want it. Pop it in. Line it up to wherever you would like the design. And punch. And there you go, guys, you have a tab. Oops. Okay, the lighting's a bit... The lighting's washing everything out. 1 second. Alright, the light wasn't even on. I thought it were. Maybe not. Okay. There. Well, there's hardly anything on it anyway, to be fair, but... There you go, you have a tab. Did I knock that off? Or were it not even on? No, I don't think it were on anyway, were it? Right, we'll turn it off anyway, because obviously not needed. But yes, so then you have a tab. And actually, let's see, because sometimes you can just, can you see there and there? But if you, look, see, there's a gap there and a gap there, but if you very carefully line it up, or get it to focus, then you can see there's a gap there where I punched, and then that's the end anyway. If you very carefully just line it up there in the corner, there you go, you get another tab out of it. There you go. And that's okay, that way on the journal. So you got 2 tabs out of a scratched little piece that you might have otherwise thrown away. What else have we got here? Let's have a look. Woo! Throwing things around. This is a pretty one, I like this one. So let's see if we can turn this into a label with the 3-inch label punch. No. Possibly if I turn it that way. Oh yeah, actually I can if I turn it that way, but I have to kind of jiggle with it to get it in. That'll do. There we go. Beautiful label with that little piece. How cool is that? In fact, that is really pretty. We just put it on that way instead of that way. Wow, pretty. And you've just got that piece left. Granted, not really do much with that. What else? Oh, see if we can get a label out of this. Oh yes, definitely. Position it where you'd like it. Let's make a feature of this flower. Beautiful. And punch. Wow. Pretty. Okay, not much. I mean, you could cut that and use that in your scraps tub, which I probably will, but right now I'm not going to do anything with it. Another one. I love that blue, turquoisey blue, so let's make a feature of that. It's a bit stiff to use like that. Perfect. Again, some little scraps. What about this one? This one's just wording. That would make a nice label actually, wouldn't it? I'll show you all these properly in the end, at the end. And actually, that piece, the off piece to this, the off-cut piece to this, looks like it's actually small enough to go in here. Them off. That way. Is it? It is. It's actually small enough to just fit into this little tab punch and make a tab out of that. Cool. Sorry it's struggling focus at the moment because there's too much going on in the background. Whoa, have you heard that nasty rain outside? Okay, so we've got a nice little pile going on there. What else have we got left? Put that to one side. Let's do some tags. I have a tag punch here that gives me three separate measurements. There's a 1.5 inch, a 2.5 inch and a 2 inch. So if I cut this to 1.5 inch, which I think it already is anyway, if I cut down it, I will get this little 1.5 inch tag out of it. So let us just chop down there like that. And 1.5 inch meaning width, not length. It just needs to be 1.5 inch wide so that it can fit into these little grooves. So, which it does. So we pop that in there, right, pretty much all the way to the top, and punch. And then we get this awesome little tag shape. Granted, it's wider at this side than that, but we can rectify that later. And then, because it's a long piece, if you turn it that way, don't do it that way, turn it that way, you get a mirror image, put it in and punch. You've got one at both ends, fold over. Now you can either leave it like that or just cut across the bottom, cut across the fold. Ow, don't cut your finger. And then you have two tags. How cool is that? But the reason I said turn it over and do it is because now both of these sides are slightly uneven, so you can line them up and then just chop a teensy little bit off that side, which then matches it up to the other side. There you go. There's a little bit of white or cardstock showing at this edge, so just trim it up like so. I don't know how well I'm explaining this, guys. I'm not really. It's not a tutorial. It's just giving you ideas, and then that one will fit as well. So you know, you can tidy them up later on. It's nowhere near straight, but let's get it in anyway. And there we go. Make a tag out of that. Like I said, I'm not doing it now, but oh yeah, I will. Let's just quickly. Oh my gosh. Cut a bit more off that than I anticipated. Okay. Alright, a very wonky tag, but there's another tag there. And again, if you cut them to size, I get bigger, different size tags out of them. What else was I going to use? Right, I was going to use my tag die cuts, wasn't I? So let's do that. I love these. I'm going to do this one and then I'll love you and leave you guys, because this video is getting on and I'm just showing you pretty much the same thing now. So I'll do this and then we'll do a quick recap on what we did do. Where's the thicker ones? this one. There. Oh, actually, right, let's do these two. So it goes that way. Okay, so line it where you want it. Where's my pokey tool? Ouch! Stab myself with it. There it is. Just get rid of that little white bit from before. Okay, so line that up where you want it to go, which is pretty much where all the wording is. Stick it on there, put the A one over the top, and through it goes. Also, what I love about this is, and I never use it, it's got little rubber suckers on the bottom so you can actually stick it to the desk, so you don't have to keep holding it down when you're using it. And there you go. Nice tag with those tag dies. And then there's still a piece left there at the bottom for which I can pop into here, and there's no specific way up it should go. Just find a part of the feature I like, pop it out, and we've got another tab. See, that if you've got tags and tabs and stuff like that to hand, you know, you can make loads of ephemera really quickly, really simply. You know, so we've got tabs, we've got tags, we've got labels, more tabs, more tags, pockets, nice embellishment for the side of a page. You know, all from just some scrap pieces of paper that were glued to some cardstock that we probably would have otherwise thrown away. Well, maybe not in the junk journaling community, because, you know, we never throw anything away. But potentially we'll like that, so I can make a feature out of that as well. See, and it's addictive. Doesn't take long, it's addictive. And then you get loads of pretty stuff at the end of it to use in loads of different journals. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. And of course it's backed onto ivory coloured cardstock, so that's perfect for journaling on afterwards. Beautiful. Where did that go? And again, I'm sure it might not be. No, not quite. Oh, I don't know. Oh, it's just... Are you seeing this? Is it focused enough for you to see this? Just getting it right. Keeps moving. There we go. With a bit of manoeuvring there. And actually, there is a tiny bit of cardstock showing there. But that's fine. Because, you know, oops, that's fine. Just cut it off and have just a fraction of a smaller tab. Or leave it on. You know, for what tiny little bit there is, it's not going to make much difference. But yes, so as long as, what else did I do or didn't do? Oh, I haven't used this big tab punch, have I? So let's have a look. Yeah, I'm a messy worker, guys. Okay, there we go. Nice big one here. Line it up. Perfect. And there you've got another tab. And then obviously you just literally fold that in half to create your tab for your page. Awesome. There might be space at that side to do that one as well. Is there? Is there enough? yeah, just slightly smaller, not as wide, meaning, you know, slightly smaller as in it's not quite as wide, but still a tab. And look, minimal scraps. Oh, and look at this. Sometimes when you do that, you get some real funky shapes out of it as well. That throws that into the scrap tub. But yeah, so there you go, guys. You know, it's just limitless. And then just keep finding things now. If you've got small decorative punches, use those. Definitely use those. Here. See, that's not really much good for anything. It's a bit small, probably wouldn't get much out of it. Line it up in there. Punch. Where's it gone? There. There you go. Cool. Nope, not going to get another one either. I did that at the wrong angle. But yeah, so, you know, just anything like this. Don't throw scraps away. And if you're not sure what to do with them, do this with them. Back them onto some cardstock and do this with them. Make use out of them. These would be good for like little altered paper clips or something like that. Yeah, so get them used, guys. Come on. Get your thinking caps on and get them used. Do some stuff with them. Right, I'm going to clear all this up and then I'll come back in a minute. Hi guys, I'm back. Okay, so I finished playing and faffing and yeah, cutting and chomping things. So just to recap, we have a bookmark. Well, we have quite a few bookmarks. So we have that one. Whoa, sorry. I'm gonna zoom out. I'm sorry if you can see the desk is a mess, but we have this one, and this lighting is atrocious. I'm gonna turn it off actually. So dull, and you can probably hear the rain. It's so dull and miserable, but that light's not doing any favours. Yeah, this one, like I said, actually should go that way. Doesn't matter, but so. And then we have two little thin ones as well. And then we have that one. We have an envelope. Another envelope, just pretty plain and simple. Then we have another one where I used my decorative edge punch on the flap. So we have those, and then we've just been creating these. So by gluing scraps of paper onto ivory coloured cardstock, kind of cardstock presentation paper, and then running it through the die cut machine with different various dies. It's like back on too much shadows. Yeah, we get some gorgeous ephemera. So two little pockets. This was using the Tim Holtz pocket die. That one I did upside down. The writing is actually now upside down on it, but I'll just stick something over the front of that. So yes, we have some tags. There. I have some tag dies and I used those to create them. And then I have a tag punch, which I used to create these. Quite a few different ones. Okay, yeah, just those, but a few different ones. Again, just from scraps, glued to paper, glued to this ivory coloured cardstock. Then I just rounded the edges on these to make them into little journaling cards. They're not particularly straight, but it doesn't matter. You know, these would be perfect as well for just using to slot into these pockets. And then I use my label punch to create these. Line them up just to get the best out of the pattern. And beautiful. Oh, you know, they look gorgeous. And then I used the big the big tab punch to get those. And another one there. And then I forgot about this, and I don't know why, because it's forever sitting there. That one just does the rounded corners, and this one does the inverted corners, which then creates these like ticket style things. So I got that one, I did a small one, another small one. Yep, that were it for them. You know, they're not particularly straight, but it doesn't matter. And again, the plain on the back so you can write on them. Then we made this beautiful little embellishment. Love that. First time I'd ever used that die. And then we used the We Are Memory Keepers tab punch that just does the single punch, single tab. And we got those out of it. Not a great deal on that one, it's quite light is that one, but this light's not doing it justice. I apologise, it's one of them days today. Yeah, there we go. So we've got those, and then I just used my little decorative punches, and I got some scalloped kind of like scallopy patterns out of them. Cute. And then I used my little decorative flower punch to get these. There you go. So pretty. And there we go. So we've got, you know, a handful of ephemera here and a tub full of ephemera here, and it were just scraps of paper that I used. So there you go. It's nothing special, but this is my December's Antique Paperie design team project, and yeah, I will be making tons of these pockets now because they are just gorgeous. Excuse me, sorry. They are just gorgeous. They make the most gorgeous pockets, even when they are upside down. Yeah, take note when you're punching them out. But yeah, we'll just put something over the front of that bit. And this was actually supposed to be sideways. I can't remember which way. I think it was that way it went. Oh no, that way, because I can just see some writing there. So it were actually supposed to be that way. But I just made that a feature at the bottom. But oh, honestly, once it's attached to a journal page with bits in it, you're not going to notice. But these make the most gorgeous pockets, so I'm going to be cutting quite a lot of them. But yes, so there you go guys, just something simple for you to be getting along with. And all this amazing ephemera I've now got. So I think I'll be making some more over the Christmas period as well, just to bulk up my stock, my stash. But yeah, but for now I'm going to love you and leave you. So like I say, this is my December's Antique Paperie design team project, and I thank you all very much for watching, and I hope you have an absolutely amazing Christmas and New Year, and I will see you in the New Year. Well, I will see you before then in Vlogmas if you've been watching along, but as far as craft related videos go, you will not see any now until January. So but yeah, thank you very much for watching guys, and again, like I said, I hope you all have an amazing Christmas and a fantastic New Year, and I will see you in 2020. Goodbye.